Few people are brave enough to take on the secrets and difficulties that the massive Arctic Ocean contains. The Bering Sea is a frozen wilderness where fishermen brave the elements in pursuit of the deadliest catch. But when the Arctic hurricane strikes, it's a battle against nature. Join us on a journey into the heart of the storm as we explore the challenges, the dangers, and the indomitable spirit of those who face the Arctic hurricane. For the brave souls who practice their trade in the Bering Sea, fishing isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Every season, they answer the call of the sea, driven by the promise of adventure and the lure of the ultimate catch. There's nothing like the Bering Sea. It's wild, it's unpredictable, but it's where we belong. As the boats set out, optimism fills the air. But beneath the surface lies the ever-present threat of the Arctic hurricane, a force of nature that can strike any moment. As the fishing grounds are reached, the race against time begins. Every haul is a gamble, every decision a matter of life and death. But for these fishermen, the risk is worth the reward. It's brutal out here. The cold, the waves, it never lets up. But we push through because that's what we do. We're in the belly of the beast now. We must stay focused and sharp, or the sea will swallow us whole. In the eye of the storm, survival becomes the only priority. With each passing hour, the line between bravery and recklessness grows thinner. When the Arctic hurricane hits, there's no room for error. Lives hang in the balance, and every second counts. You can never underestimate the power of the ocean. It humbles you and reminds you of how small we are. In the unforgiving waters of the Bering Sea, survival is a testament to the human spirit. Against all odds, these fishermen press on, driven by a passion as vast and boundless as the ocean. For them, the Arctic hurricane is not just a storm. It's a reminder of the indomitable will to conquer the unknown, to defy the odds, and to emerge stronger on the other side. For the captains of the Bering Sea, the hunt for king crab and opilio crab is more than just a job. It's a way of life. With millions of dollars at stake, they brave the treacherous waters year after year, driven by the promise of a lucrative catch. Out here, you never know what you're going to get. One minute, you're riding high on a wave of success. The next, you're fighting for your life against the sea's wrath. Monster waves are a game changer. They can come out of nowhere and swallow you if you're not careful. It's a constant battle between man and nature. Sometimes, nature wins. The stakes are higher than ever as winter descends upon the Bering Sea. With the crab quota on the line and the promise of a record-breaking season within reach, the captains push their crews to the limit in pursuit of glory and gold. As the captains set out into the vast expanse of the Bering Sea, they know that danger lurks around every corner. With storm systems moving in unpredictably and waves reaching over 40 feet, it's a gamble they can't afford to lose. On the decks of the fishing vessels, chaos reigns supreme as the crews fight to keep their footing amidst the chaos. With each wave that crashes against the hull, the risk of disaster looms, threatening to engulf them in a watery grave. There's no room for fear when you're in the thick of it. You've got to trust your training and instincts and pray that luck is on your side. The sea humbles you, reminding you how small you are in the grand scheme. But out here, there's no room for doubt. You've got to keep pushing forward no matter what. Every decision could mean the difference between life and death for the captains. With the fate of their crews hanging in the balance, they must draw upon every ounce of skill and experience to guide their vessels through the maelstrom. As the storm rages on, the actual test of courage begins. With monster waves threatening to capsize their vessels at any moment, the crews must band together and face their fears head-on if they hope to survive. On board the ship, the atmosphere is one of unrelenting tension and exhaustion. Fatigue sets in as the crews work tirelessly to keep their vessels afloat, their bodies pushed to the brink of collapse by the relentless onslaught of the sea. In moments like these, there's no room for doubt or hesitation. You've got to trust your instincts and believe you have what it takes to weather the storm. Lives are on the line, and failure is not an option. When you're out here battling against the forces of nature, you learn to appreciate the things that truly matter in life: family, friendship, and the bonds that hold us together in the face of adversity. It's what keeps us going when the odds are stacked against us. As the storm finally abates and the sea grows calm once more, a sense of relief washes over the crews as they emerge from the crucible of the storm. Though battered and bruised, they have emerged victorious, their courage and resilience standing as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. The Bering Sea is a harsh battleground, where men fight the weather for their lives in commercial fishing, where every trip is a risk to nature. There is a contemplative voyage over the turbulent waters of the Bering Sea, examining the struggles, victories, and existential insights that the crew members go through while facing one of nature's most potent enemies. The principal battleground for the fishermen is the Bering Sea, with its frigid seas and violent winds. The environment has become a place of continual danger and sustenance as the ships sail through dangerous seas and biting cold. Also, the crews of the highlighted fishing boats have set out on an uncertain journey, motivated by the prospect of abundant harvests and the threat of impending peril. Sig is an unwavering spirit of the fisherman, facing the icy waters in search of king crab and opilio crab as the seasoned commander of his team. Besides, Sig are his dependable crewmates, each with a unique combination of ability, tenacity, and friendship necessary to overcome the difficulties of the Bering Sea. The Northwestern crew, consisting of seasoned veterans and deckhands, becomes a close-knit community, united by a common goal and an unyielding will to overcome the weather. In an attempt to protect their valuable cargo, the crew of the Northwestern battles with nature's powerful forces against a backdrop of enormous waves and roaring winds. Every moment is tense and unpredictable, from the dangerous work of dragging crab pots to the frantic attempt to keep stability amid the pounding seas. However, the team occasionally experiences moments of wonder and reverence when they observe the untainted beauty and raw force of Arctic nature amid the mayhem and turbulence. The Northwestern crew faces intense internal conflicts and difficulties battling the Arctic hurricane. The voyage harms the bodies and minds of those who dare to cross the freezing chasm, both in terms of physical and mental exhaustion. But even in the middle of all the suffering, there are times when success and friendship shine through the shadows, giving hope during the storm. These brief moments of humanity, whether it be the joy of a plentiful catch or the silent support of shipmates, serve as a reminder of the human spirit's resiliency in the face of difficulty. Their terrifying experience has changed the Northwestern crew. They have been tested, tempered, and eventually forged into a tighter, more durable union through the Arctic vortex. But beyond the ship's walls is a more in-depth, meaningful voyage of reflection and self-discovery, because the crew members encounter not just the outside forces of nature, but also the deepest corners of their souls in the frigid depths of the Bering Sea amid the howling winds and pounding waves. As the ice begins to thaw and the winds grow colder, the fleet of crab fishing vessels readies itself for another grueling season on the Bering Sea. Tensions run high, egos clash, and the promise of a bountiful haul hangs in the balance. In the heart of the storm, the Northwestern finds itself battling more than just the elements. With engine troubles threatening their season, Captain Sig Hansen and his crew must rally together to keep their dreams afloat. On the Time Bandit, tensions are boiling as conflicting personalities collide. With egos as large as the waves crashing around them, the crew finds themselves at odds over the best course of action. Amidst the chaos and conflict, moments of triumph emerge. Captain Keith Colburn and his crew strike gold on the Wizard as they reel in a jaw-dropping haul of king crab, shattering records and igniting a frenzy of excitement. For the crew of the Saga, the pursuit of fortune comes with its fair share of risks. As they navigate treacherous waters and face down the fury of Mother Nature, Captain Jake Anderson and his team prove their mettle, emerging victorious in the face of adversity. For the Harris family, the sea is more than just a source of livelihood, and it's a legacy. As they navigate the challenges, Josh and Jake Harris honor the memory of their father Phil and forge their path forward aboard the Cornelia Marie. In the unforgiving world of crab fishing, tragedy is never far behind. As the fleet mourns the loss of one of their own, they are reminded of the high stakes and sobering reality that defines their way of life. As the final pots are hauled and the last crab is counted, the fishermen of the Bering Sea look back on triumphs, trials, and unforgettable moments. For in the crucible of the Deadliest Catch, legends are born, and the legacy of the sea lives on. In the unforgiving waters of the Bering Sea, a brotherhood of fishermen battle the elements in pursuit of the elusive king crab. At the helm of these vessels are captains whose leadership and expertise are legendary. Captain Sig Hansen is a towering figure renowned for his decades-long tenure on the FV Northwestern. But as the seasons change, so too must the fleet's leadership. The crew exchanges solemn glances, their respect for their captain evident in their silent acknowledgement of his decision. Among them stands Jake Anderson, a seasoned deckhand whose journey from greenhorn to seasoned sailor has been marked by triumph and tragedy. Captain Sig's words hang heavy in the air as Jake grapples with the magnitude of the responsibility thrust upon him. But beneath the uncertainty lies a steely determination forged in the crucible of the Bering Sea. As the Northwestern sets sail again, the crew braces themselves for the challenges ahead. But even as they navigate the complex waters of the Bering Sea, they face obstacles that threaten to test the bonds that bind them together. Amidst the chaos, Jake Anderson emerges as a steady presence, his leadership guiding the crew through the stormy seas. But as the pressure mounts, cracks begin forming in the Unity facade, threatening to tear the crew apart. During the turmoil, Captain Sig watches from the sidelines, his faith in Jake unwavering despite the challenges that lie ahead. Forged in the crucible of adversity, their bond remains unbreakable, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Northwestern. As the season wears on, the Northwestern faces its greatest challenge, a fierce storm threatening to engulf them in its fury. With the crew's safety hanging in the balance, Jake Anderson must summon all of his skill and determination to navigate the treacherous waters ahead. As the winds howl and the waves crash against the hull, Jake stands at the helm, his resolve unshakable in the face of adversity. With each passing moment, the storm rages on, testing the limits of their endurance and the strength of their resolve. But even as the odds seem impossible, the crew of the Northwestern refuses to yield, their unity a beacon of hope in the darkness. With every wave they conquer, they draw closer to redemption, their indomitable spirit driving them ever onward. As the storm finally begins to subside, the crew emerges battered but unbroken, their triumph a testament to the power of perseverance and the bonds of brotherhood that unite them. For the crab fishing fleet crews, the journey into the icy winter waters is a rite of passage. Every year, they set sail into the heart of the storm, risking life and limb for the promise of a bountiful catch. As the crew casts off, the tension is palpable. The waves grow more significantly, crashing against the boat's sides as they venture further from shore. Captain Hansen's voice cuts through the chaos, giving orders to his crew with precision and authority. The crew responds with a chorus of shouts, their voices mingling with the wind and sea roar. As the vessel disappears into the mist, the true magnitude of their journey becomes apparent. As the days pass, the crew faces a barrage of challenges. The wind howls relentlessly, threatening to capsize the boat at any moment. Ice forms on the rigging, making the deck a treacherous obstacle course. Every moment is a fight for survival in the unforgiving world of crab fishing. The crew battles against the elements, their resolve tested with each passing hour. Below deck, the crew huddles together for warmth, their faces lined with exhaustion. Despite the hardships, their spirits remain unbroken, fueled by the promise of a successful haul. It is tough out here, no doubt about it. But there's something about the challenge that keeps us coming back. We're a family out here, and do whatever it takes to make it through. As the storm rages on, the crew's determination is put to the ultimate test. Waves crash over the bow, threatening to engulf the vessel in a watery grave. But through sheer grit and determination they press on, knowing that their ultimate prize waits beneath the icy depths. As the crew reaches their destination, the tension reaches a fever pitch. The captain surveys the waters with a practiced eye, searching for signs of the elusive opilio crab. With urgency, the crew begins to lower their crab pots into the icy depths. Each pot represents hours of hard work and sacrifice, a testament to their unwavering dedication. Beneath the surface lies a fortune waiting to be claimed. The opilio crab, prized for its succulent meat, is the lifeblood of the fishing industry. But capturing these elusive creatures is no easy task. As the pots are retrieved, The crew's excitement is palpable. Each catch brings them one step closer to their goal, one step closer to victory in the battle against the elements. There's nothing quite like the feeling of pulling up a pot full of crab. It's hard work, sure, but it's worth it in the end. This is what we live for out here. As the day draws closer, the crew gathers on deck to celebrate their success. The air is filled with laughter and camaraderie, a testament to the bonds forged in the crucible of the sea. As the journey ends, the crew reflects on the challenges they've overcome and the triumphs they've achieved. For Captain Sig Hansen, the legacy of the sea runs deep, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. In the end, it's not about the catch or the money. It's about the camaraderie and the sense of purpose in facing the unknown. That's what keeps us coming back year after year. A timeless struggle unfolds in the icy winter waters of the Bering Sea. It's a battle between man and nature, between the elements and the indomitable human spirit. And as long as there are men brave enough to face the challenge, the legend of Deadliest Catch will live on. As the credits roll, the camera lingers on the horizon, the sun setting on another day in the unforgiving world of crab fishing. But for the fishing vessel crew, the journey is far from over. For them, the call of the sea is a siren song that will forever echo in their souls. The FV Northwestern, a seasoned crabbing vessel, stands tall against towering mountains and icy waters. Captain Jake Anderson, a young and determined skipper, oversees the final preparations for the upcoming crab season. The crab season is upon us again, and for Captain Jake Anderson and his crew aboard the FV Northwestern, it's time to brave the treacherous waters of the Bering Sea in search of fortune and glory. Captain Jake surveys his crew, a mix of seasoned veterans and greenhorns eager to prove themselves in the crucible of the sea. The crew cheers in response, their faces etched with excitement and apprehension. The FV Northwestern cuts through the icy waters of the Bering Sea, its hull creaking and groaning under the strain of the elements. The crew battles against towering waves and bone-chilling winds as they drop their pots into the depths below. As the Northwestern pushes further into the heart of the Bering Sea, Captain Jake and his crew face challenges unlike any they've encountered before. With each pot drop, they edge closer to the elusive bounty beneath the waves. As the days go on, tensions rise aboard the Northwestern. The crew faces sleepless nights and grueling work, and their bodies are pushed to the brink by the relentless demands of the sea. Despite their exhaustion, the crew moves forward, driven by the promise of a lucrative haul and the camaraderie forged in the crucible of the sea. A fog descends upon the Bering Sea, cloaking the Northwestern in an eerie shroud of mist. As the crew works tirelessly to haul in their pots, a looming shadow emerges from the fog, a massive cargo ship hurtling towards them at breakneck speed. Captain Jake's eyes widen in horror as he realizes the danger bearing down upon them. With moments to spare, he veers to Northwestern sharply to avoid a catastrophic collision. In the chaos of the fog, the Northwestern narrowly avoids disaster, but the danger is far from over. As the cargo ship disappears into the mist, Captain Jake and his crew are shaken but determined to continue. As they regrouped and assessed the damage, they made a startling discovery. Several of their pots lay crushed beneath the colossal hull of the passing ship. The Northwestern docks in Dutch Harbor once more, its hull battered, but its spirit undaunted. Determined to seek justice for the damage done to their livelihoods, Captain Jake and his crew set out to confront the owners of the cargo ship responsible for the destruction of their pots. With the evidence in hand, Captain Jake and his crew confront the owners of the cargo ship, demanding restitution for the losses they've suffered. But as they soon discover, the path to justice is fraught with obstacles and bureaucracy. Despite their best efforts, they find themselves stonewalled at every turn, their pleas for compensation being brushed aside. Faced with corporate indifference, Captain Jake and his crew must decide how far they will go to seek retribution. With their heads held high and their resolve unshaken, the crew of the FV Northwestern sets sail once more, ready to face whatever challenges the Bering Sea may throw at them. The sun rises over the horizon, casting its golden light upon the waters of the Bering Sea. The FV Northwestern sails proudly beneath the azure sky, and its crew is united in purpose and determination. Captain Jake and his crew reflect on their trials and tribulations as the crab season draws closer. Though they may not have emerged unscathed, they carry the lessons learned and the bonds forged in the crucible of the sea. As they haul in their final pots, a sense of pride washes over them, a testament to their resilience in the face of adversity. With one last cheer, the crew of the FV Northwestern steers their ship homeward, ready to face whatever adventures await them on the horizon. The FV destination prepares for another perilous journey into the heart of the Bering Sea. Captain Sig Hansen, a seasoned veteran of the seas, stands on the deck, surveying the horizon with a mixture of determination and apprehension. On board, the crew of the FV destination is a tight-knit family, bonded by shared experiences and a deep love for the ocean. Captain Sig shares a special connection with each crew member, forged through years of hard work and mutual respect. As the FV destination ventures further into the treacherous waters of the Bering Sea, they encounter fierce storms and towering waves. Despite the danger, Captain Sig and his crew persevere, determined to haul in a lucrative catch. In the dead of night, a distress call echoes across the icy expanse of the Bering Sea. The crew of the FV destination springs into action, their hearts pounding with adrenaline as they race to assist a fellow vessel in peril. As they navigate through the darkness, Captain Sig and his crew encounter a scene of utter devastation. The wreckage of a fishing vessel lies scattered across the icy waters, its crew nowhere to be found. Shock and disbelief grip the crew of the FV destination as they come to terms with the magnitude of the tragedy. Determined to do everything possible to save their fellow fishermen, Captain Sig and his crew launch a desperate search and rescue mission. Battling against the elements, they scour the frigid waters in a race against time, their hopes fading with each passing moment. News of the tragedy spreads like wildfire throughout the close-knit fishing community of Dutch Harbor. As the full extent of the loss becomes clear, grief and sorrow descend upon the town, its streets filled with sad faces and heavy hearts. As days turn into weeks, the search for the missing crew members of the FV destination continues without success. Captain Sig and his crew grapple with guilt and despair, haunted by the knowledge that their friends may never be found. In the face of unimaginable loss, the fishing community of Dutch Harbor rallies together, offering support and solace to grieving people. Through acts of kindness and solidarity, they find the strength to carry on, determined to honor the memory of those lost at sea. As the sun sets over the Bering Sea, the fishing community of Dutch Harbor gathers to pay tribute to the fallen crew members of the FV destination. With heavy hearts and tearful eyes, they honor the memory of their friends, their voices raised in solemn remembrance. In the wake of the tragedy, Captain Sig and his crew vow to carry on the legacy of their fallen comrades, their resolve strengthened by the bonds of friendship and camaraderie that unite them. With each passing day, they navigate the turbulent waters of the Bering Sea with courage and determination, knowing that their friends will always be with them in spirit. As the credits roll, the camera pans out to sea, capturing the vast expanse of the Bering Sea stretching out to the horizon. Despite the dangers that lurk beneath its surface, a sense of hope and resilience endures, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who call the ocean their home. The bustling harbor serves as a gateway to the treacherous Bering Sea. The crew of the FV Saga prepares for another grueling crabbing season, fueled by equal parts adrenaline and ambition. The crew responds with a chorus of cheers and nods of determination. As the sun dips below the horizon, the FV Saga sets sail into the open sea, braving the unknown with unwavering resolve. Weeks pass, and the crew of the FV Saga faces relentless challenges as they scour the icy depths for king crab. Long hours and sleepless nights take their toll, but Captain Jake remains undeterred, driven by the promise of a bountiful catch. Amidst the chaos of hauling pots and battling inclement weather, tensions rise among the crew. Fatigue and frustration simmer beneath the surface, threatening to boil over at any moment. As the days wear on, hope begins to fade as the crab pots yield meager returns. The once jubilant atmosphere aboard the FV Saga gives way to a sense of desperation. When all seems lost, a glimmer of hope appears on the horizon. Captain Jake receives word of a potential hotspot teeming with king crab, a last-ditch effort to salvage the season and redeem their fortunes. The crew springs into action, fueled by a newfound sense of purpose. With every pot dropped, anticipation mounts as they await the moment of truth. Hours turn into days as the crew toils tirelessly, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And then, finally it happens, the unmistakable jolt of a massive haul. Cheers erupt across the deck as Captain Jake watches with pride, his faith in his crew, and their mission finally vindicated. But their triumph is short-lived as disaster strikes with devastating force. A sudden storm descends upon the FV Saga, unleashing its fury upon the unsuspecting vessel. Waves crash against the hull with bone-rattling force, threatening to capsize the ship and drown their dreams of a record-breaking haul. The crew battles against the elements with every ounce of strength, and their resolve is tested to its limits. But even their best efforts may not be enough to withstand the full force of nature's wrath. During the chaos, tragedy strikes as a rogue wave smashes into the deck, sweeping away their hard-earned bounty in a heartbeat. In the aftermath of the storm, the crew of the FV Saga grapples with the harsh reality of their losses. For Captain Jake, the sting of defeat cuts more profound than any crab claw ever could. As the FV Saga sails into the horizon, battered but unbroken, Captain Jake and his crew embrace the uncertainty ahead. True resilience is forged in the crucible of the Bering Sea, one wave at a time. Closing shots of fishing vessels sailing into the sunset, silhouetted against the horizon. Though calm now, the sea remains an ever-present force, its mysteries and dangers calling out to those who dare to brave its depths. In the unforgiving waters of the Bering Sea, survival is a testament to the human spirit. Against all odds, these fishermen press on, driven by a passion as vast and boundless as the ocean. For them, the Arctic hurricane is not just a storm. It's a reminder of the indomitable will to conquer the unknown, defy the odds, and emerge stronger on the other side. That's it, people. Please share in the comments area below the unlawful moment facing the Arctic hurricane that most drew your attention. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.